A body has been found inside of a rental property owned by Ayanna Presley's husband, a member of the squad. But right now, the speculation's moving much faster than the evidence. Police have opened a death investigation. The victim has not been publicly identified, and no cause of death has been released. But at the same time, Presley's husband is connected to a development team at the center of a disputed courthouse deal, potentially worth nearly $2 billion over 40 years. Now, that's a lot of campaign money if she decides to run for re-election. Those are serious facts, but serious facts must be separated from internet theories. So let's break down exactly what investigators have confirmed, what remains unanswered, and where legitimate scrutiny should begin. Now, if you are familiar with the Democrat Party, there have been some problems through the years with mysterious deaths surrounding elected officials in the Democrat Party. And I'm going to take you back to this one. This goes way back, also up in the New England area. The history of deaths surrounding Democrat politicians goes back long before Obama's personal chef drowned in a few inches of water in Barry's backyard naked. And this goes back to what they call Chappaquiddick, or the Kennedy car wash. Ted Kennedy escaped. The blonde drowns. This is the actual newspaper. Kennedy car runs off bridge. We know that Ted fled the scene, didn't call anyone for help until he got back and probably got cleaned up, maybe had some caviar and some of that embezzled booze that his dad got all the money from. But we won't talk about that here. But that's what's happened. And another mysterious little situation that has just happened, Paul Pelosi has been charged with a misdemeanor after a hit and run in a Napa Valley car crash. And I'm glad that, Nancy and Paul posed for this photo so that she can continue to make investments. And we know what happened to Paul with somebody coming to this house in the middle of the night. Some rumors that the guy was an escort, maybe a best friend, or a midnight carpenter, because apparently there was a rubber hammer involved. I think it had two heads on it. But this is the story coming out of Boston. This is very, very relevant right now. And I just want you to take a listen to this and tell me if something seems a little odd.
Boston police are investigating the discovery of a body at a Mattapan property owned by the husband of Congresswoman Ayanna Presley. Good evening to you. I'm Ken McLeod. The identity of the victim and the circumstances surrounding this are still a mystery tonight. WBZ's Logan Hall spent his evening in Mattapan.
There are still a lot of unanswered questions about this incident, but neighbors that we talked to on Malta Street tell us that there has been an increased law enforcement presence up and down this block. Boston police are investigating a dead body that was found at a property owned by the husband of Congresswoman Ayanna Presley.
I want you to think about this for a second. It's $1 million home that is for sale. They have window air conditioning. Okay, got it.
A spokesperson for the Boston Police Department tells WBZ News that the homicide unit is handling the investigation.
Homicide.
Red crime scene tape sealed off the home on Malta Street, and a Boston police officer was seen posted at the property. According to records from the city of Boston, Presley's husband, Conan Harris, is listed as the owner of the home. A WBZ source says Presley and Harris do not live at the home. It's a rental property that is currently for sale. The asking price for the home is $1.15 million. In a statement to WBZ News, a spokesperson said, quote, "The Congresswoman extends her deepest condolences to the impacted family." WBZ has reached out to the real estate agent handling this listing, but she has not responded for comment.
So that's an interesting situation here. He's involved in a legal proceeding for property totaling billions of dollars. They don't live in the home together. This is a photo when she had hair. And now this mysterious death of a renter. Okay? Now, the Democrat Party they're at a point right now where they're having some real problems. And this goes back to Barack Obama's chef. This was his chef showing some video that he posted here. He was a fantastic swimmer up in that New England area, Martha's Vineyard. And there's just a lot of mystery around Democrats and mystery, let's just say, unconfirmed tragedies. Now, I don't want to put any words in anyone's mouth. Let's listen to Hillary's former White House representative.
Obama stayed in Martha's Vineyard, where the family chef was found dead. The Obamas were not there at the time. We're learning more about what happened. DeMarco Morgan has the details. Good morning, DeMarco.
Good morning, guys. Talk about a tragedy here. The husband and father of two went missing about 100 feet offshore Sunday evening. His body wouldn't be recovered until the following day. The Obamas saying they now join the victim's family and those who knew him in grieving the loss of Tafari Campbell.
African-American male on a paddleboard, no life preserver.
This morning, tragedy unfolding near the Obama family's Martha's Vineyard estate. Police recovering the body of 45-year-old Tafari Campbell, a beloved personal chef and friend of the former president and first lady. The call for help came in Sunday evening for the missing paddleboarder, who witnesses tell police was last seen wearing all black before they eventually lost eye contact with him.
A 40-year-old male, possible drowning.
Campbell's paddleboard and hat would surface, but no sign of Campbell. Then the unimaginable. The husband and father of two found dead 100 feet from shore at a depth of about 8 feet in the Edgartown Great Pond. Police say divers found his body by deploying a side-scan sonar from a boat. Campbell first worked as a sous chef for the Obamas at the White House.
Gotta keep it under lock and key.
Seen here brewing beer in this White House video.
That rubber glove, that reminds me of something that I don't want to talk about it with Michelle involved. But this is it right here. This is the loving photo of the couple. Look very happy here. They probably have the same barber. Boston police, new death investigation handled by the homicide unit. Police investigating the death, Rep. Ayanna Presley's house that she owned. And you can see some of the photos here. It's a very high quality, beautiful house. And there's Miss Presley, the squad member. This is interesting. Without a shadow of a doubt. It just seems like deaths surround the Democrat Party on multiple levels. And crime is starting to ramp up around the Democrat Party on multiple levels. Listen to Nancy talk to the press here.
How is Paul doing since the accident? How's the accident that happened?
Thank
The
you.
reports were saying it was a hit and run. How's he doing? And do you think he'll avoid jail time?
That's enough.
Enough, yeah.
It's just a question. It's reported widely in the news. I was just asking what she thinks.
Well, elected officials, they can't answer any questions. They don't want to be, exposed. This is another story coming out of a politician, former Democrat, White House counsel, National Intelligence Director, Tulsi Gabbard's own brother, accused of trying to lure children with gum and money to a hotel room. The older brother of National Intelligence Director Tulsi Gabbard been accused of trying to lure children to a hotel room in Hawaii. This is disgusting. But it seems like politicians, sometimes their family members, are the ones that are really disgusting. Listen to this report.
New tonight, the Gabbard family addresses their son's arrest for allegedly trying to lure children to his Waikiki hotel room. Bhakti Gabbard, who is Senator Mike Gabbard's son and former Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard's brother, was arrested and charged yesterday. Honolulu police claim he offered several children, including a 9-year-old boy, gum and money to join him in his room. The children refused and walked away. Senator Gabbard and his wife had this to say about the arrest. Quote, "Our oldest son has had mental issues in the past, but has been doing well for the last 10 years. Several days ago, he started acting erratically as a result of smoking pot. His wife kicked him out of the house, so he's been sleeping on the streets. He gave away his car to a homeless person, lost his ID and phone, and has no money. A family member took him to Queens Hospital ER to have a psychological evaluation. He was admitted for a 72-hour hold at Queens while they continue to monitor him and decide next steps.
I mean, I understand these politicians are normal people, but we think of them at a higher standard. And I'm not saying that Tulsi Gabbard had anything to do with that. I'm not. I'm not saying Nancy Pelosi had anything to do with her husband's hit and run. I'm not saying Ayanna Presley had anything to do with the death of a person in that home that she owned. But there's just too many things that don't make sense. They don't add up. But at the same time, those people launch attacks at the White House when the White House is returning fire. Now, the king of controversy is Andrew Tate, and he's recently been arrested in Florida, about 39 counts of, some bad stuff, and he is being extradited to the United Kingdom. Now, Andrew Tate is also the same person that introduced Candace Owens to her husband. And this is Andrew and Tristan, the two brothers that were just arrested. So these celebrities, these politicians that we hold at higher levels are not necessarily role models. And they have a lot of problems, a lot of issues. The big issue right now, Ayanna Presley, and then all of these other Democrats with, let's just say, mysterious criminal surroundings. I'd love to get your opinion on this. Leave a comment down below. The Obama swimming team, the Hillary swimming team, the Ayanna Presley renters, Ted Kennedy's Chappaquiddick, the Kennedy car wash, Nancy Pelosi's husband, Candace Owens' best friend. Things are a little odd. Things are really, really odd. And it's not just Democrats. Republicans have problems too. Stay tuned. I'll see you in the next one. Love to get your opinion on what you think. Smoke, fire, they go together. See you in the next one.